Hi everybody, I'm Cassandra from Craft Believer After and welcome to another video. Now you guys, I am super excited for today's video. Now, just sort of as a side story, when my son was really little, anytime we planned a holiday or there was a birthday coming up, for instance, and we'd ask him, Jaden, are you excited for the holiday or are you excited for your birthday? He would always say, I am 1000 excited. So today I almost want to say that I am 1000 excited for this video. Now I'm going to kick off with the projects that I completed during this week, which are super random. This is why I sort of called or titled my video Making Stuff I Never Make, because these are patterns that I would never usually gravitate towards. But this was sort of what this week has been about, just trying random things that makes no sense whatsoever in my crochet life. But I had to do them. All right, let me start off with the first project. Now, this came about because my friend Julie over at KS Mom Crochets, I want to say regularly makes one of these amigurumis, which is called a Tudor fant. It's an elephant type of, well, it is an elephant. It's not an elephant type of anything. It's an elephant with like a very strange trunk. She has it in a book or magazine. I can't remember where she got her pattern from, but you can also buy the pattern on Etsy. And when I watched her last podcast, she was showing another Tudor fant that she has made. And for some reason, I really wanted to make one. And you guys will know this is strange for me because I do not like making elephants. It's probably my least favorite animal to make. I avoid it if I possibly can. But for some reason, seeing Julie making another one of these Tudor fants, I just wanted to make it. I think also, I don't know if it's a couple of months or a couple of weeks ago, Litsa over at Coco's Crochet, she also made one, but in blanket yarn. Julie uses a much thinner variegated yarn. I think she used a sport weight. And I was in the mood to use one of my very thin fingering weight variegated yarn. So I've got a lot of them. I don't use them often anymore, but I do have quite a collection. And the yarn I decided on was this one. So this one I think I bought probably 2 years ago on the Hobby Black Friday sales. It's called Cotton 84 Print, and it is this beautiful color. It's only got a color number, color 08. I don't know if it's available anymore at all. I don't think so. It will probably come out during the Black Friday period again, but I really liked these colors. So I decided to make a Tudor fan. So this is what kicked off my week of making stuff I never make. And this is it. So this, friends, is a Tudor fant. So it's an elephant with this very interesting looking trunk. Now, I loved how this yarn worked up. It is actually, and I think the whole idea behind it is someone said, or it said in the pattern, or I don't know who said it, that this is the perfect pattern for variegated yarn. And I have to agree. So I just made the small one. The pattern comes with a big Tudor fant and a little one. I just made the little one, which really does work up very, very quickly. Again, I use my own eye tutorial, my embroidered eyes that I do on everything these days. He's got a cheeky little smile, but this one whipped up really, really quickly. So I really, really enjoyed working with this yarn. I've made a few projects with this yarn because I bought a pack of it. I think there was 4 or 8 or something in the pack. I've got about two probably skeins of it left. But this pattern really is a lot of fun for variegated yarns. On this one, with the fingering weight yarn, I use a 2.5 millimeter hook. So this is what kicked off my week. So once I'd made the Tudor fant, I thought, okay, what other patterns are out there or that I've got in my library that I've had for a while, I never make. So I make a lot of amigurumi. Mostly I make bears and bunnies, I do cats, I do all sorts of other things as well. But I thought, what is something that I never make that I've had for ages? Now, I do have, and I'll show you my next pattern, which is this cute little sea turtle. I bought this pattern ages ago, and it is from Crochet by Jenna. Now, she has got a YouTube channel as well. I really enjoy watching her. And she makes loads of these little turtles, or sea turtles, I guess. So I've had this pattern for a while, and I thought, while I'm now making patterns that I won't or don't normally make, I'm going to make a little sea turtle. And I really enjoyed it. It really does work up quickly. I really enjoyed this pattern a lot. As soon as I finished it, my daughter Jessica said, oh, please, can she have it? So it is going to Jessica's room as soon as this video is done. Now, I made this one in this top color is my honey, no, it's not honey bunny, it is it's one of the hobbies, it's a hobby plush, it's like the honey bunny, and then the lighter green is the Premier Parfait Chunky, and with it I use a 5mm crochet hook. So anytime I use these plush yarns, I've only got a few skeins. I don't normally work with it, so I don't have a ton of colors. I think her pattern, actually I wanted to do one with the green and a pink shell, but I don't have pink. I don't have a lot of colors, and I'm not intending to buy any more colors. So if I make these plushies, I try to use the colors I've got. Yeah, I made this guy, and he was he was very quick to make and very, very cute. So I really did enjoy making this little sea turtle. So there you go. So once I finished him, I thought, okay, I'm on a roll. I'm really enjoying this week of making just random amigurumi. And I came across another pattern that I bought. I don't know if it was recently or if it was a few weeks, or maybe it was a few weeks ago. I think I actually saw it on Crochet by Jenna's channel, because she makes these dragons, but she makes them in like a size 7 yarn. But I don't have size 7, and I don't have enough of like the Parfait Chunky or the Honey Bunny. So I used this yarn next, which I recently received in Happy Mail from my friend Kathleen. So this is the Mandala Ombre from Lion brand, and it is the color Zen. So I think I made a headband with this one for Jessica a few weeks ago. I really like working with this yarn. With this, I use a 3mm hook, a 3mm, even though it is a worsted weight. It is a yarn weight 4, but I used with this one a 3mm, and I made this dragon, which I think is amazing. I absolutely loved it. It's not what I would call a relaxing pattern, so it doesn't have a ton of, you know, similar rows where you can just sort of relax and you do 10 rows just crocheting around or whatever. For the majority of this dragon, every row is different. So there's a little piece in the middle, a little part in the middle where you do a few rows just crocheting in the round. But apart from that small bit, every row is different. And there's a lot of sewing on this one. So the body from the head to the tail is all one piece. But then you do these little ears, you do these spikes. Now there's actually, I think, supposed to be 4 spikes on it, but when I positioned 3 of them, I thought that looks perfect. I'm not going to try and squeeze in a 4th one. You sew on this tail piece, you sew on these 2 wings, and you sew on 4 little legs. So this was my 3rd random project for the week, this adorable dragon. I really like it. Now originally I wasn't planning to color control, but it just so happened that the entire body of the dragon ended up being this lighter green color. So in the end I did cut a piece of the lighter to get all the way to the dark green, so that my accents on my dragon, like these ears or whatever they are, I don't know what those things are, so that the ears and the spikes, the wings and the tail, so that they are contrasting enough against the light green of the body, or the teal turquoise color. It is fantastic. I really loved how this one turned out, and as soon as I finished it, this one was actually also claimed by Jessica. So she has now claimed this dragon and this sea turtle. So this was a very, very fun project to do. So I will link everything that I mention. If there's a pattern for it, I will link it in the description box below. So there you go. What do you guys think of my random makes? Not my usual style, but this is just to keep me on my toes and keep you somewhat surprised when you tune into my videos to not always see bears and bunnies. Now the next thing I did, I'll quickly show it, but if you want to see the whole backstory about it, you will have to hop over to my friend Pamela over at Ginger Cat Crochet. She is hosting what's called By Hook or By Crook, where you either read, or I think there's some upcoming movies or shows. I don't know, you will have to go to her channel to see the whole explanation for By Hook or By Crook. It's sort of a book club, sort of a movie club. I'm not entirely sure how to explain what's going on, but every 2 months or 3 months, I think hers is maybe over it can't be a 3-month period. I'm not sure. But we were reading the book The Moving Finger by Agatha Christie, and then you make a project based on the book or the movie or the series or whatever it is that she decides to be doing over those 3 months. So very fun. I'm a massive Agatha Christie fan, for those of you who've been around for a while. And for this period, I think it's ending actually this weekend, I was just in time to send a photo of my project to Pamela. So you'll see it on her video as well. But for The Moving Finger, I made one of the main characters, which is Joanna Burton. And this was her. So I used the book Crochet Iconic Woman, the first one. And I used one of the patterns, and I just changed the hair color, I changed the dress a bit. I gave her some little shoes, which a pattern for the shoes I got from the Zodiac dolls. Same designer. She has 2 Crochet Iconic books, and then she's got the Zodiac dolls. So the shoes actually come from the Zodiac dolls book. But this pattern, I think I did the Ella Fitzgerald, or I think it probably was Ella Fitzgerald, but it was some other singer that I used the pattern for. Like I say, just changing the dress, the hair, and the skin tone to fit with Joanna Burton from the book The Moving Finger by Agatha Christie. So there you have it, a doll, which is also not something I usually do, but I really liked how she turned out. Even with dolls, I'm using my eye tutorial, and I think it looks adorable. I love it. I really love these Crochet Iconic Woman dolls. The books are fantastic. I mean, you can mix and match. You can make whatever character you can possibly think of with the base patterns that's in the book. You can use different hairstyles with different bodies, with different outfits. It's fantastic. I absolutely love those books, and I'm so glad I got a chance to make something from one of my Crochet Iconic books for the series By Hook or By Crook, hosted by my friend Pamela. So hop over there. I will link Pamela's channel down below. Now, you guys, the highlight, the thing that is making me 1000 excited is the reveal of the voting for our hashtag Mix and Match Challenge 2024. Now, you guys would have seen last week I posted all of the entries, all the designs that I received for the Mix and Match Challenge. The winner by far, it was in the beginning sort of a close race between two of them, and then the winner finally was a very, very clear winner. I'm so excited for like all the designs we received, and I would love to make like I think all of them probably, but the winner was the cat in the mushroom hat with the overalls. So I will pop a picture on the screen of the winning design. So just to quickly explain what happens now with step 2. Before I get to that, the winning design was actually submitted, or was drawn by one of the children of my friend Mary over at Slow Crochet. Fantastic. All 3 of her children actually submitted designs to me. Mary, please send me an email with your address. I'll be popping a little happy mail over to your side, that you can please hand over to the amazing designer behind our winning design for this Mix and Match Challenge. Anyway, let me go back to explaining what is going to happen now in step 2. Now, this is the design that we are all going to make. So everyone who wants to join in, we are going to make this same item. So all of us are going to make a white cat wearing blue overalls with a mushroom hat. You can use any cat pattern. You can use a bear pattern if you've got a nice shaped bear that you think would probably fit better, and then use cat ears, for instance, from a different pattern. This is why it's called the Mix and Match. So we might not have that exact pattern somewhere. I mean, the exact pattern might not be available anywhere. It's probably not available. So you will have to use different parts from different patterns to get this look. So the idea is that we all make this same item. So it doesn't matter what cat pattern you use. In the end, it will have to be a white cat wearing blue overalls and a red mushroom cap. So you can't do something random like put a dress on this cat and give it a peak cap or or a flower crown or something. It has to have those elements: white cat, blue overalls, red mushroom hat. So whatever your base cat pattern is, you'll have to try and incorporate those elements. And I thought the best way to explain to you what I mean, or what we are aiming to, is to use one of the other designs that was submitted and show you a real live crocheted version of that design. Now, I decided for my example to use one of the designs that was submitted, which is one of my favorite designs. It's one of my favorite animals. Not one of my favorite. It is my favorite personal actual animal. It is a koala. I love koalas. It comes from when I spent a year in Australia as an exchange student way back in 1997. I've got I love that country so much. So koala has been my favorite animal since then. So I decided to use the koala pattern as the example for what we are aiming to do in this challenge. So I'm going to pop up a picture of the koala design that was submitted. And then I'm going to show you what I made based on the design that we received. So this is basically what we're going to do with a cat pattern. But anyway, let me show you what I mean. So you see the design, and then I decided to crochet that exact toy. And this is what I made. So I hope you can see. Let me bring in closer. So if you have a look at the design that was submitted, you will see I crocheted exactly. I used the same color that the koala was drawn in. I gave him the same colored legs, the same colored shirt. There was these little squiggles on the shirt. The ears had 2 different drawings on them. I'll show you a bit closer. I hope you can see. So this is the idea behind the mix and match challenge. Now I used for the koala my own Buddy Bear pattern. So this was it's my own free pattern. It's on my blog. So I used Buddy Bear, the body shape. Then I just made the ears slightly bigger so that they looked like on the picture. And I did the color changes according to what the picture looked like. So this is the idea behind the mix and match challenge. You take the drawing that was selected, which is our cat in the overalls and the mushroom hat. You pick a pattern and you make however you fit different patterns together to make up that design. And that is it. That's the mix and match challenge. Now I'm going to give, I think, 2 months time for this, just so that we can get as many people as possible to join in. Now, as I mentioned at the end, so we're at the end of March, so the end of May, April, May, end of May. At the end of May, we will have the reveal, or like a reveal of all the cats in overalls with their mushroom caps that was submitted. And then my 2 children will each pick a winner from all the designs that got submitted. So they will not know who designed what or who made what. We passed the designing phase, we're now into the making phase. So my kids will each choose who they think, or from the entries that I receive, who is a very good or a very close representation of the design that we have selected, that the majority of you voted for. So I hope you're excited for the challenge. I'm really looking forward to it. I cannot wait to see all of the cute mushroom cats that is going to come in. It's going to be fun. I hope you guys are excited. I mean, I received over 90 votes. So I know a lot of you really are excited and are planning to join in. So I'm looking forward to see how many different but same amigurumi we will receive at the end of this next 2 months. I hope you guys are excited. I'm 1,000 excited for it. Alright friends, that's it. So I hope you enjoyed this video of my random makes for this week, as well as the start, the kickoff of part 2 of the hashtag Mix and Match Challenge 2024. Alright friends, that is it. I think I've kept you busy for long enough now. I will let you go. I hope you've had a wonderful weekend so far. I hope you got some crochet time in. I hope you got some time in with your family as well. I hope you have some relaxing time just for yourself. Whatever makes you happy, I hope you have been able to do that. All right, you guys, I will talk to you all very soon. And as always, until I see you in the next video, stay safe and stay crafty.